Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight is night number 2 of the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title. We are back here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, your broadcast company tonight. Myself, Brett Wheeler, alongside Mr. Alan Tack. And Alan, thanks again for joining me here for night number 2 in the booth. Another 8 heat races again, of course, split up similar to what we've seen last night. Server 1 will have 4 heats, and then Server 2 will have 4 heats as well. But again, hopefully going to be a good night of racing.
Yeah, fingers crossed. The heat racing last night was pretty exciting. You look at Joel Berkeley throwing that triple slider, so hopefully we see similar moves tonight.
Well, we'll see what happens here. Of course, 4 heat races on the program for Server 1. Once that is done, we are going to take a break, and of course at 9 o'clock Eastern, so in about 45 minutes time, Server 2 is going to be launched, and of course the other drivers that were on night number 2 that aren't in Server 1 will have their chance at taking out a couple of heat race wins. Of course, I believe a little bit of a change in the way the format and the point system works, but we're not going to dive too much into that one. What we are going to dive into, well, I'm going to wheel into it. Alan might take a dive into this one. Some of the drivers here tonight, Alan, a couple of drivers just to be noted and to keep an eye on, of course. Trent Vardy from that IRP race team. We're looking at also the American Trey Smith. I actually woke him up about 20 minutes ago just so he was able to wake up and get out here and run. So I think he's going to be one to watch. Lewis Stewart as well could be one to watch, and Jackson Callahan, Tom Callahan. There's a couple of guys in here that we'll have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, there's some heavy hitters in this one, and we have a look at last night's some heavy hitters missed out. Bob King didn't make the cut, so he's looking at that last chance qualifier. So you don't really want to put yourself into that last chance qualifier, because A, you miss Origin, and B, a lot of people have nothing to lose in that server, and it could get quite messy.
Well, West Aussie wouldn't care about Origin anyway, but we certainly do. And fun games in regards to the question: are we going to be live tomorrow or Thursday? Tomorrow night we are not. Repeat, we are off tomorrow night due to State of Origin, and Thursday night we will cover the final night. So yes, we are going to be live on the Thursday night fun games. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch, for the likes and shares that are coming through. Thank you very, very much. It's hard to keep up with all of them as they keep scrolling through. We're not too far away from heat racing competition. Track doesn't look as that worn in as what it did last night in Server 1, but you'd know more about that than what I would, seeing as though you were in Server 1, Alan.
Yeah, the server last night was pretty tacky, so the quali line was pretty much the quickest. But this one looks like you run that middle to low, you'll be fine. These boys will obviously figure it out in that first heat and show us the way around.
Is that a case of hopefully you start in probably the front 2 rows, seeing as though the track is just a little bit narrow at the moment, and you don't really need to be starting that far back. And again, it all just comes back down to having luck and with your grid draws.
Yeah, if you get that first heat and you're off the front row in that first heat, you're pretty lucky. If you're off the back row, it's going to be very difficult to pass. So these boys will be hoping for, and we won't be, but the boys will be hoping for a few wrecks to advance them through. So, but one to watch probably in this one, if anyone's going to be able to make the move forward, I think it'll be Trey Schmidt, who's due to start out of 10. So. Let's hope he doesn't have a Holy Schmidt moment.
Well, I'm sure if he does have a hashtag Holy Schmidt moment, we are going to be right there to capture that moment. Of course, he is, I believe, the lone American here for the title. In fact, I don't recall seeing any other Americans entered.
On the entry list here, I can see David Heileman's been entered, but I can't actually see him in the server, so maybe he slept through his alarm.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised he wouldn't even have an alarm. I mean, the guy doesn't go to sleep. He just races all 24/7. So I'm very surprised to see that he ain't there. But again, I believe it was the 2 that have entered, and only one of them have turned up. We'll take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack getting set for heat race number 1. The Andrews Crane Hire number 97 car. Danny Vassell will start on pole, and he's outside In car number 89, it's going to be Mitchell Lockett. Third starting spot, the 191. He doesn't, well, he likes to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. The Mitchell Piskalik will start position 3. Bailey Clive will start position 4. Then we go back to Tyler McQuilkin out of position 5. Position 6, Brogan Pickett and Norris. And then we've got the Auto Kings, number 92 of Lachlan Horton, alongside the Logitech G number 50 car of Tom Callahan. We go back to the 66 of Daniel Stevens, alongside the man we spoke about before in the number 12 car. That is Trey Smith, Brady Baldwin, and Jackson Keller. Jackson Keller could be one to watch as well, to come from deep in this field as well. A lot of good drivers in this one, and we'll see how they move forward in this one.
Yeah, looking at this lineup, it's a bit stacked if you ask me. Some of these boys are really gonna struggle to get around. Some of those cars in front of them, but then they're gonna fight with each other too. So this could make for some really, really good racing.
Oh, heat race number 1 for night number 2, the Dirt Leagues Australian and Midget title, live from the Limaland Motorsports Park here. Heat 1 for night number 2, getting set to roll off as the drivers make their way down the back straightaway. Danny Vassell, who will start up alongside the number 89 of Mitchell Lockett. As the pace slowly starts to pickens up as they come out of turn number 4, race control going to give them the signal, and the green flag is out. Run away for night number 2 of the Australian title. Look at Tom Callahan trying to make his way through the middle. Bailey Clive starting to go backwards as here goes a big slider from Piskalik. But how about Tom Callahan as well, making his way to position 4, make that position 5 as he's just gotten passed by Tyler McQuilkin.
Yeah, it looks like Tom's got the middle of the racetrack just rolling in quite nicely for him. The other big move is Trey Schmidt. Once he gets into a rhythm, you'll find he'll definitely drive to the front. But Tom Callahan around the outside of the 89 car, into the fence. Commentator's curse if I've ever seen it.
Love it. Tell you one driver that's moved forward as well is Danny Vassell around. I think that was on the exit of turn number 4. One driver, Brady Baldwin, in the number 7 car. He's moved forward. He started deep in this field as well. I mean, not that it matters for passing points anymore, but he's going to gain some valuable points here in heat race number 1.
Yeah, we're starting from the back there. If you bag some valuable points in this one, starting on the front row and the next time he's out, you'll find that a lot easier. You won't have to drive as hard and just, we'll just have to bag a couple of points. We seen last night that the cutoff was about that 40-point mark. So currently, if he finishes in 30, he'll finish on, I think it's 26 points. So, not a lot to do in that final heat race for him.
Oh, it's all about gaining the maximum amount of points as you can to move forward on the Wednesday and Thursday night. You want to be inside, the top 20 tonight in points for that cutoff?
Yeah, so it's top 10 from each server. It works out to be.
All right, so it is certainly going to be cutthroat competition. I have not been counting the laps. I have no idea what kind of lap we are on, but Mitchell Piskalik leads from Lachlan Horton in the number 92 car, that Auto Kings, black, white, and green copycat. I wonder where I've seen those colours before. Brady Baldwin sits in 3rd spot. Tom Callahan in 4th and 5th. We've got Daniel Stevens in the 66, followed by Trey Smith closely behind him as well. I guess Smith maybe just been a little too cautious as well, not knowing how these drivers race. Hasn't raced with barely, or if any, of these drivers on the racetrack at the moment.
Yeah, he interesting enough, early on in the race, he got a run. I think it might have been Tom Callahan, and no fault of Tom's. I think he's just pushed wide in that corner, and it sort of put Trey into the wall. That's sort of why he's probably dropped back a little bit. And once everyone sort of found that middle groove, you've seen Trey on those last couple of laps had to really move around the racetrack to find something different that was going to be able to get him around the car in front of him. But unfortunately for him, he couldn't.
Well, Mitchell Piskalik comes away victorious in heat race number 1. Second going to go to Lachlan Horton in car number 92. Brady Baldwin in the 7 will come home 3rd. 4th is going to be Tom Callahan. 5th will be Daniel Stevens. 6th is going to be Trey Smith. 7th will be Danny Vassell. 8th is going to be Jackson Callow. 9th is Tyler McQuilkin. Then we go back to Brogan, Pickett, Norris, and Mitchell Lockett, who started on the front row. As that was, Bailey Clive did not finish as well, so teammate of yours not going. So what is it with your teammates lately? All but you.
Yeah, no, I told them all to fall off the bus so that I can win. So we'll see what happens on Thursday now.
Well, they're going to have to, if they don't pick their game up, they are certainly, look at you Lovo. They are certainly going to have to miss out on Origin if they're going to want to make it into the big dance on Thursday night. But heat race number 1 done. What are you doing? What are you doing? Seriously.
No, just checking the Facebook chat. It looks like I've got a fan there. I love you, Alan Tucken. So thanks for that, Alan.
Well, look, it's always good to see some love, and I mean, hey, someone's got to do it.
I don't know how the missus does, mate.
Who's going to be that guinea pig? Oh, heat race number 1 done. I'm starting to see cars in heat race number 2 starting to make their way out onto the racetrack here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. I'm looking at the 61 car of Devon Stove. Devon Stove in car 61. Looks like he will start position 1. And the 16 car of Rob Bowden will start position 3. We go back to Brent Hennessy in the number 12 car, scheduled to start position 5. I'm not sure who that was blinking behind him. The 17 car, the Edson Racing of Bailey Barnacote. Let's hope that no one gets in his way tonight. 26 car of Trudy McLean. And then we've got also the 777 of Poppy Peter Power. Now, I've been told to call him Peter Poppy Power. He was in a chat of mine last week. I believe he is getting in the 50s, I believe he is. So nice to see we've got some older guys still mixing it up with the young boys.
Yeah, I had a Facebook request for friends from Peter Power, and I looked at it and I went, I don't know no one that old. So no disrespect to you, Peter, but I've helped him out a couple of times. Just helped him out with a Kokomo setup and just some advice. So yeah, hopefully we can see him move forward too and put the over 50s on the grid.
Well, I'm starting to get a little bit hungry now because I just looked at the guy on the outside of the front row, the number 90 car of Matt Varys. Now, Matt, I apologise if I got the pronunciation of that last name wrong, but I really could go with some Dominoes, I must say. A little bit peckish who gets peckish at 8:30 at night? Who wants Dominoes? You know what? That's what I'm going to have for lunch tomorrow. Anyhow, I'm already sorting lunch out. We're not even on the day just yet. We're even that far ahead of train. We're still not on the next day. Green flag is out. Heat number 2 of the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title. Lewis Hewitt getting a bit of a bump from side, behind, and every which way possible. But turn number 3 and 4 here on the opening lap. And it is the 61 car of Devon Stove. He will lead lap number 1. Then you go back to Trent Vardy in the 11 car, who sits second. And I dare say Trent Vardy may just have a chance at picking up the win. He's certainly got some pace here at the Limaland Motorsports Park.
Yeah, I wouldn't rule out Devon Stowe either. You know, he raced one of his teammates last night, and they've found some speed in those cars. So, while he keeps on hitting his marks, it's going to make it very difficult for Trent to get around him.
Wow, Brent Hennessy just drove backwards on the racetrack. I mean, what did I just witness then on the front straightaway? That was just absolute chaotic. I mean, that is just dumb. Straight up dumb. Going back to Devon Stove and one of his teammates, I believe in Twitch chat earlier today when I was having a bit of a personal stream, I Am Warpig had a couple of cars in there tonight for last night, and Sam Sirico was one of those drivers that made the top 20, so he could be one to watch. But yeah, you're right. Devon Stove in the 61, he's certainly got some speed at the moment.
Yeah, another person that's showing some speed at the moment is the blue 8 car, I think it is. I can't quite catch his name, but just have a look at that way that left front is hiking as he runs the high line, Brett, if you can, running around with Ryan Gorton. He's just drove around the outside of Gordo and made him look a little bit silly.
Yeah, the 81 of Mitchell Hewitt there. We've got him on screen right now. I think we're at about 4 laps left to run. I was counting, but Again, you know, when you try and do cameras, we're going to battle on for second. Actually, we'll go back up towards this one. Rob Bowden just put a slider there on Trent Vardy in 1 and 2. And, well, Rob Bowden's going to have the top side. He's going to have the advantage now at the start-finish line. So we'll see what kind of experience or what kind of move Trent Vardy's going to do. But the battle is on for second.
Yeah, that's another another guy that when he gets his stuff in order is very, very difficult to beat is Rob Bowden. Obviously running with those tank boys. A few of them we've seen last night. I think it was Jared Steen. And was it Cullen Arthur last night?
Yep. Yeah, those two drivers were there last night.
So we've seen, both those tank cars were quite quick last night. So no surprise there with Rob.
Well, we take a look at the cars on the racetrack and the way they finish. Devon Stove in the number 61 car getting the job done here in heat race number 2. Second is going to be the 16 car of Rob Bowden. Trent Vardy comes home in third. Peter Power coming home in fourth. Nice drive from Peter Power. Fifth is going to be Mitchell Hewitt. Sixth is going to be Ryan Gorton. Then we go back to the Dominoes of 90 of Matt Varys. And then Trudy McLean coming in. In the rear we had Bailey Barnacote, DNF, along with, who was that other driver that was driving backwards on the racetrack, the 12 of Brent Hennessy. Now was he removed?
Yes, he's been removed from the server.
I am not surprised. You know what? Just for the giggles of this, we're going to go back and we're going to try and get this on replay because this had to be one of the most
replay.
Just straight up. Now I don't know how far back I've got to go, but I'll give you the hot tip, folks. I'm going to find this.
Lap 4 for Bailey Barnacote.
Yeah, I don't know how far back I'm going to be actually able to go. Who was it? Hennessy. I really have to really dig deep into the archives here.
If anyone can do it, you can do it, Brett.
Oh, you damn right I can do it. Oh, now, actually, hang on. Now, we've got this right now. We're watching it on screen at the moment. So, he is the... Well, actually, Hewitt just drove up into him after he got in contact. And then he got hit from the 26 behind now. He starts on the other side of the start-finish line. Drives backwards. I mean, no words can describe on what you're thinking.
Yeah, I think. Look, I don't think he's gone and done that on purpose. You know, he's not driven into someone on purpose. But you know, it's a bit of a laugh when you see that sort of stuff, especially when you're not involved. You just look at that and you think, finally, someone else has got my luck.
That is a hashtag Omega lol moment if I've ever seen one. I mean, look, we're on board with him right now. Oh, God.
Holy Schmidt moment.
Yeah, that's more than a holy Schmidt moment. I'll give you a hot tip. Wow, that was something else. I'll give you the tip. But
I think Lewis wanted to look him in the eye when the first bit of contact occurred.
I'm not sure whether Lewis came down into the guy or the guy came up into Lewis, but it shot the 3 car hard right, and we've seen what happened there with Hewitt and Hennessy. Hennessy, the contact happened on the exit of turn 4. By the time he got to turn 1, he was facing the other way. Yeah, Ducky, I can't actually say that, but it was what the actual, and I'm going to let you guess the final word. Heat race number 3 for night number 2, the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title, live from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett Wheeler and Alan Tacken in commentary for you for tonight. Night number 2, night 3 tomorrow night. The last chance qualifiers and all that sort of stuff being run tomorrow night. Good luck to all those drivers we're not going to be covering. We're watching State of Origin. Here we go. Green flag is out night 4 on Thursday night. And we are 3 wide, and there's contact with one of your teammates, Lewis Hewitt. He's just got spat out. He's at the back, and, well, I dare say that number 3 car, well, he's going to have a rough night tomorrow night.
Yeah, I actually think that Lewis might pack it up and not race tomorrow night. Well, generally, when he has a bad night, he just thinks bugger this and then doesn't show. But hopefully he doesn't, because he's one of the better sim drivers in, obviously, our community.
Yeah, just what also comes with that, you need some luck on your side, and well, that's you certainly had Lady Luck. Well, not kicking those doors down. She's been slamming those doors shut. Now here we go. Lachlan Horton in the number 92, the black, white, and green. That's the second black, white, and green car. A third, actually. I think Trey Smith runs a black and green car. They're all copycats. Here comes Mitchell Piskalik and, of course, Danny Vassell as well. So, top four, they were nose to tail into number 1 and 2. Here goes Piskalik on Horton, but Vassell around the outside. So, the bottom side, certainly not the place to be at the moment. And Vassell, I must say, is making it work up top side.
Yeah, Vassell, very experienced, too, in running his own league. The fixed series that he runs there. So, he's doing all right running the top. He'll be all over the back of the 92 car very well, as we speak. Is it 92 or yeah, it's the 92. Sorry Brett, I'm having trouble making it out. My screen keeps on glitching.
Look, it's fine. Look at Vassell around the outside, and normally someone that I'd focus on throughout the night, but you know, he's certainly got this thing rolling on the top side of the racetrack, and he goes from third to first in the matter of 1 lap. So that Andrews Crane High number 0 car is hooked up on the top side, and well, if I'm the guy on the inside, I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? There's some contact, of course. It's Piskalik, no doubt. And unfortunately for Danny Vassell, well, he's just took a turd.
What a run. I feel sorry for the guy. I mean, that's that commentator's curse again, mate. I speak about it all the time because I know what it's like to have it, but we seem to be passing it on pretty well tonight.
Well, I'm going to give you... I want to talk about something in chat after. It's just something that a request that I've been given, and look, as a semi-professional broadcast, I do this. I don't do it for a living, but I do it every now and then. I've been asked to do a main in an Asian voice.
That could be a little bit hairy.
Hairy's one word. Yep, we'll stick with a hairy voice. But just because it's an Australian title, if it was, I'm not going to say any other race, but if it was just a personal streamer, I'd have no problem doing it. And I think the sponsors and the league owners and organisers might get a little bit upset if I did do it. So I'll pass on that one for the moment. The old Brett never went anywhere. Daniel Stevens in the 66 comes away victorious. Lachlan Horton in the 92 comes home in second. Third is going to be Tyler McQualkin. Wow. I done so well the first time getting that out in heat number 1 and absolutely just butchered it. Mitchell Piskalik home. Fourth, Trent Vardy, Ryan Gorton, Mitchell Hewitt, and the Domino's car of Matt Varus. I've just been told we'll tee it up for a demo derby. Oh, I'm down for that. I am down for that one. Look, should I give him a taste? Should I give him a taste just one? Now, you know what? I'm going to put this to Zach now. I know Zach's in chat. Can I give him a taste for 1 lap? That's to Zach. If he says yes, you've got it. You're on. But if he says no...
Zach, if you're feeling it, let us know.
Oh, here we go. He's starting with the puns already. I mean, you know what? It's taken 3 heats, so that's not too bad.
It took me a little while to warm up tonight. I just seen in the chat too, Piskalik has been relegated. I'm not too sure how many spots. I didn't catch that, but he's been relegated for his start. So bit of a blow there for Mitchell, but it's good to see the boys all over the starts tonight.
Yeah, they're keeping a very close eye on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a word coming through. We are allowed to do it for 1 lap.
Only run lap?
Just a one a wrap, please. Oh, thank you. This is going to get me in so much trouble. This is going to get me in so much trouble. And, well, we've got heat number 4, the final heat race of the night. And, well, we got the number 46, Jackson Carroll. Jackson Carroll starting on a pole position. Now, this actually counts as a 1 lap because technically we haven't done the lap. So, go back to Brady Baldwin, Trey Schmidt, Tom Callahan, And we've also got Brogan Pickett Norris, the 44 of Bayry Crive. Mitchell Lockett in the 89 as well. And then we are just going to wait.
Where's the Asian voice on that one, mate?
Which one?
Mitchell Rocket?
We got the 89 of Mitchell Rocket. Yeah. I don't know who he is, but maybe he is a somebody.
One racist boy.
I'm no racist. What you mean?
We're a pack of crazy racists here.
I just calling a rap. Just a one rap. I do it for the fan. Jeez. How about Poppy? Peter Power starting on the outside of the front row showed some good speed in Heat 1. Heat 1. We'll see if we can do it in Heat number 2. Of course, himself and Jackson Callaghan made some moves in the opening heat race of the night. So, again, this is the final heat race for server number 1. We'll take a break after this. The break's going to be for about 15 minutes. And it is time for the final heat race of server 1. Now, I've got to be careful because normally when I do this off air, I tend to swear. And the only person that has swore on a live stream for UDTV happens to be James Rice. James Rice. He has sworn not a once, but a 2 time. Here we go.
Peter Fry, right?
Jackson Carroll and Peter Power. The green flag is not no. Just kidding. We trigger you for one more rap.
The boy's a little bit antsy there.
Taki 43. Thank you for the follow. Thank you. I'm trying to keep a straight face while doing this. Here we go. We're going to get the green flag for the final heat race. And holy Schmidt, look at the number 12 car go under the top side of the racer track. Tom Carahan. We got some carnage in the back. But Jackson Carroll, straight job from Brady Baldwin. And wrap number 1 complete. And here comes Trace Smith to the inside. Smith looking for the race lead. You go from Asian to Australian in a matter of about 0.2 seconds. Nearly 3 wide. Smith puts a slider on. Baldwin Smith takes the race lead. Jackson Callaghan into second. And here comes the 50 of Tom Callaghan.
Yeah, Tom trying to run that high line there. It was very difficult doing that. Trying to keep that car from hitting another one, as well as keeping momentum as his car upside down the back there. That was Mitchell Lockett by the look of it. He's back in the pits. So it's his heat race done. Schmidt
continues to lead. I think that's about lap number 4. We've got Jackson Callaghan in second. This is the final heat race of the night. Tom Callaghan rolling off in position 3. Brady Baldwin 4th. And then Poppy of Peter Power sitting there in position 5. And I think Peter Power's going to make it into the show just quietly. I think he got 3rd in his opening heat race, so he would have bagged, 26 points or 27 points?
Yeah, 26 points, and then what's he running 5th here?
5th, so what, should give 22?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're looking at 48 points, and, I mean, that's getting up there, towards about, I'm going to say top 10 anyway. It should actually be even top 5, with depending on the other results from the other drivers as well. So, I tell you what, it'd be nice to see him actually make the show and really serve it up to these young kids.
Yeah, that's right. Peter, a genuinely nice guy, and on the back of his tail tank now is another nice guy, Bowden. So, these 2 boys probably duking it out here. I don't know if I was Peter Power, I'd be racing Rob too hard, to be honest. Thinking about those points I've already bagged.
Well, we keep an eye on the front of the field right now. Jackson Callaghan in the 46 car. He is starting to get a run on Trey Smith, and he's running a different line. He's running higher than what Smith is through turns 3 and 4. And as I said, that he cuts it down to the low side. Here comes a slide job from Jackson Callaghan. Trey Smith turns it underneath him, and the race is on for the race lead. Now the experience is going to show, because Trey Smith not going to take any of that. He's been shown the line, and he will certainly run away with this one.
White flag now for the boys, so Jackson wants to do anything, he's going to have to do it this final turn as he throws the slide job, and Trey just a little bit too smart there, ran a lot higher and kept that run going through to the line.
Yeah, the final heat race of the night is concluded. We will take a look at the drivers when they pull up on the back straight away, but for a man that is at 5:30 a.m. In fact, 5:43 in the morning. He's done not a bad job. He's been up for a little under an hour. As I said, I give him a bit of a wake-up call. But he will get the job done in heat race number 4. Second is going to be the 46 of Jackson Callow. Tom Callahan in third. Fourth is Peter Power. So good job, Peter, on getting into, and I believe what should be locking into the show. We go back to Brady Baldwin. In fact, looks like he's come home fourth. Peter Power fifth. Bailey Clive. Then we go back to Devon Stove, Brogan Pickett Norris, and Rob Bowden. Bryce lap times. Fastest was a 12:8.66, but that would have been in heat number 1. But lap times for Trey Smitty's last one was a 13:4, so probably 13:1, 13:2, 13:3, somewhere around there. That would be a somewhat a bit of a decent time around here, Alan.
Yeah, definitely. These boys are no slouches. So, when the track's fresh, you're looking at sort of 12, anywhere between 12.2 to 12.4. It's pretty quick. Once you get into your heat races, you're looking at about 12.5 through to the 12.6 area. So definitely on the pace.
Well, with heat race number 4 being completed for night number 1, server 1, that is going to conclude server 1. Server 2 going to be up, launching in about 15 minutes time. So we are going to play a couple of ad breaks. We're not going to stop the stream. We are going to keep this going. So we thank you for tuning in for part number 1 of 2 tonight. Server 2 launching very shortly. So we'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV. In fact, before we get there, just want to make sure you head over to our website. Keep an eye on our schedule. We've got a lot of racing to cover here on Ultimate Dirt TV, whether it's Australian times or American times. We've got all time zones covered. Tomorrow I've got the Team VLR Dirt Street Stocks. I believe they head to Knoxville. And then I've got straight after that one, that'll be at 10 a.m. Sydney time. And then right after that, at about 12 o'clock, I'll be heading to the National Oval Racing Association. I believe it's going to be UMPs at Lanier. So got some fended body race cars tomorrow, and then that'll conclude the stream. We might do a personal stream after that. I really don't think I'm going to do it, just because, let's be honest, Alan, who races street stocks in week 13 at the Chili Bowl? Exactly. Yeah, no one. But you know what? I'm sure there's going to be people out there. I might even just do it just for the sake of it, and just to rage, I guess, just to call people every name under the sun when they wreck me. But who knows? We'll keep an eye on that one. Of course, a big thanks to Dirt Leagues Australia for putting on this Australian title for the Midgets. This is, I believe, their first one that they've done. Of course, over 4 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be covering tonight, of course, server 2, and then, of course, on Thursday night, we are going to be covering the final night as well. So a big thanks to our sponsors and partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. It's not goodbye, we're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of this, in about 15 minutes time, server number 2 for night number 2 of the Dirt Leagues Australia Australian Midget title, live from the Limaland Motorsports Park.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the homepage of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Once again, photo finish here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Will it be Tim Hogan? It's going to be Christopher DeMerrick at the line.
the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the home page of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. And from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing. My name is Steven Corpenos. I'm a senior web developer here at iRacing, and I work on the beta UI. It's funny because iRacing has been around for 10 years, but we want to keep delivering the best possible user experience to our customers, and we've found that the old UI isn't exactly what we're trying to deliver in 2018. We want to use new features and provide the best possible experience when using the sim. One of the projects that I've been working on is some custom heat racing configuration for hosted races. We've been listening to our customers. Everyone's been asking for custom heat races. Maybe you want to tweak a few things with the preset iRacing configurations. Well, now you can using the beta UI. So once you're at the homepage of the beta UI, you just go to create a race. Then from there you go to your set race options. And you'll notice here under event types, you can actually choose heat racing. First, I'm going to show you how to create a new format from scratch. You can choose the number of entrants. And as you can see, when I made that change, the change was actually reflected on the right side in the graph. Also, you can use the estimated duration at the bottom of the graph when you're changing the length to see what the total duration of your event will be. In addition, you can customize every aspect of the session information, practice, qualifying, heat races, consolations, and of course, the final feature race. Because the beta UI allows us to develop features that are robust and complex, this feature will be exclusively available on the beta UI. Once you've made all of the changes, you can hit save. Say you forgot what you selected. You can always preview it using the preview format button. We are very excited to release the brand new heat racing configuration feature that will be available in Season 3 of iRacing.
Good evening, Sim fans, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Server number 2, night number 2 of the Dirt Leagues Australia, Australian Midget title. Here from the Limaland Motorsports Park, Brett Wheeler alongside Alan Tack. And Alan, 4 final heats for some more drivers to make their way into the final night on Thursday night later this week. But again, we've got 4 heat races on the program. One driver will grab 2 heat races. They'll have a random grid. I believe it's a front and a back, supposedly. But looking at the track-wise, again, it's very similar to what we've seen over the first 3 servers over the past 2 nights.
Yeah, tacky and hammered down. So we probably didn't see any sort of racing until sort of back end of Heat 2, beginning of Heat 3. So, it's important that these boys starting on the front row in that first heat, get the job done and drive away.
All right, so just looking at Ducky, what's left on the program for tonight. 4 heat races. I think my headset just turned down to 80% volume, but we'll get that back up. Just 4 heat races on the program for tonight, so about another half hour, about 30 minutes worth of racing. And just, this volume's doing it to me again. Geez, nothing's going right. Just whatever. We're going to roll with it. We are going to roll with it.
Just to be happy.
Are we going there again? Are we going?
No, let's not. Let's not. We did get the permission to do it, though. Didn't we, Zach?
We did. He must have been feeling it. We've already used that one, so we'll use it a second time. Why not? I'm actually starting to run out of things to talk about, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well...
This driver's briefing's about 18 minutes long.
Driver's briefing's killing us.
It really is. We're going to finish another 4 heat races. He's just like Jordan's doing a good job. He's got to get everyone up to speed and and let the drivers know how the night is being run and whatnot and what he expects from them. So I think Jordan and Harry Stewart race control tonight.
Yeah, Harry Stewart. I'm actually a bit of a hand as well, but if we while we're waiting for the racing to start, we'll quickly, for those that haven't seen it, the guys that qualified last night, so Joel Berkeley, myself, Jai McKenzie, Hayden Warrington, Aston Hurley, Bailey Hall, Cody Lawrence, Daniel Hardigan, Trent Gosley, Simon Sirico, Aaron Hatton, Jordan McDonnell, Matt Reed, Ethan Bastian, James Robbie, Lindsay Hobb, Callan Arthur, Brett Junior Morris, Dylan Thomas and Harry Edwards are your top 20 from last night. So those boys don't have to run the last chance qualifier tomorrow night.
So you're saying they get to watch Origin?
Yeah, that's right.
That's still a bit of a touchy subject. We won't go there.
Mate, I'll be at the game. So look out for, if anyone's seen the Champions League final, that gorgeous streaker that ran across the field, that could be
it's
me.
Definitely not going to be Aaron Tacken. Gorgeous and Alan do not go together.
Zach reckons let's talk about Alan's tacky track form. Yeah, you wish you had my form, Zach.
Well, I mean, it's not hard when you start on the front row, and then when you start wherever you started, you have the people crashing in front of you and taking competition out. So, I mean, it was pretty much handed to you.
What was this? Sorry?
Oh, you just had every race handed to you. Just talk about having a silver platter out. It's like, here, Alan, you can go past. It was like Oprah was handing out free positions to you.
Yeah, you get a front row start. You get a front row finish. You get a front row start.
Nah, look, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, poking a bit of fun at the bear, but it's all good.
Yeah.
We it's going to be a totally different night come Thursday night. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's it, mate. The track will be completely different. The format's different. So, it's going to be hopefully some really good racing in that A main. We was in a server earlier and got a bit of an insight into what the track might be like. And let's just say it's a fun racetrack, this one, when it gets right up on the boards.
Yeah, so I've done a couple of midget races at Limaland, and I can generally get about 3 laps in, and then I get Alan crashing. All right, let's talk about Caleb Beecroft in the 22, starting on pole, and then we've got Jared Steen in the 91 car, Murray Howe in the 10 inside third row, the 18 car of Aaron Kelly. And that is a proper Aaron. It's not an Alan, it's an Aaron. The 13 car of Harley Smee in the Shell Helix number 13 starts 2. Justin Cross outside second row. Then we go back to Matthew Simmons and Griffin Gardner in the number 4 car, along with Xavier Simmons. And out rolls Damien Powell in the number 52 car in the Mad Harry's Steel. Who's your pick for this one?
I don't want to go past my teammate in Hull. He's related to Nathan Smee and Midgets in real life. Had some really good results in one of his series in his first sort of year in a midget, so he's doing really well. But Jared, what's his name? Jared Steen is probably going to pick up the win here, I would say.
So who are you going for? You going for Harley or Jared? Make your mind up. I asked you a simple question.
So yeah, I'll tell you on the final lap out of turn 4.
All right, no worries. I'll tell you on the final lap going into turn 3. How about that one? I've got you. So that way I get to pick. Here we go. Green flag is out. Harley Smee and Caleb Beecroft lead the field down into turn 1 and 2. Beecroft going to slide up in front of Smee. And here comes the 91 car of Jared Steen. Working the bottom side of the racetrack. Murray Howell as well in the number 10 car. But Caleb Beecroft will lead the opening lap for heat race number 5 on the night.
Caleb doing a wonderful job out front there, just hitting his marks every time as Jared comes up a bit of a slider on Harley that didn't quite pay off, but both boys got away unscathed and the race continues.
Yeah, we watch second on backwards right now. Harley Smee still holds on to second. Here comes Murray Howell up on the inside on Jared Steen through turn number 3 and 4. Steen going to get the run back up on the outside, and here comes the 18, the Indy race parts of Aaron Kelly. Finished second in the DLA Midget Championship by only a few points, and well, he's started towards the back of the field, and he's certainly got a point to prove here tonight.
Yeah, trying to bag some valuable points in this opening heat race. You'll see him off the front row, I think. Every little position he picks up here is bonus, and you'll be hoping he can run away.
Noticing Griffin Gardner in the number 4 car, working the outside of the racetrack, running right up near the wall, trying to work that cushion in. If that comes in very early, I dare say we're going to see a lot of drivers go right up there in the early moments of heat racing action.
Yeah, you can see the truck's already starting to widen up, running that middle groove. Griffin Gardner just copping a Murray Howell tail tank there, so which obviously slows down his momentum. He'll be trying to build that back up as Aaron Kelly and Murray Howell.
He just doesn't lift, Griffin Gardner.
No, that must be a TTL thing.
Hashtag doesn't lift. Look, I'm not saying the same, but just from what I've seen the last couple of laps, he just did not lift at all. Jared Steen now starting to close in on your race leader, Caleb Beecroft. Jared Steen turned the fastest lap so far with a 12.889. Aaron Kelly with a 12.914. So Jared Steen sits in second on the racetrack. I don't think he's going to have enough time to catch up to the number 22 car of Caleb Beecroft.
The boys getting the white flag signal now. Caleb Beecroft looks like he'll come home with this one. Jared Steen in second, and there's a bit of a drag race for third.
Aaron Kelly.
I think the race review will have a look at that, but while they check that out, Brett, I just want to make sure that people know that TTL comment was not in a derogatory way at all. I mean, you have a look at Berkeley's move last night. There was no lift there, so just putting it out there, boys, not rubbishing your team.
And why would you lift? Just so a triple bonsai slide job to go from third to first and put a lap car behind you as well. That was That was balls. You actually got a message from him yesterday. He's like, "You like that slider, didn't you?" I was like, "Yeah, I did. It was nuts." Just straight up. And it was, and I was actually glad that we had the camera on it as well. So if you haven't seen it, go back and take a look at, I don't even know what heat it was. But
Yeah.
it'll be on the video last night. Just scroll through till you see Berkeley. I think it might have been the first heat.
It was his first heat, so the heat 1, 2, but
I
it
think it
just
might have
goes to
been 2.
prove too that rugby you might only need one ball to do it, but racing these things you need 2.
Caleb Bigcroft comes home with the win. Second, Jared Steen. Aaron Kelly third. Harley Smee 4. Matthew Simmons 5th. Justin Cross, Damien Powell, and Griffin Gardner. I thought he was upside down. So, anyhow, turns out he finishes. So he will come away with a, 7th place finish maybe? I don't know. But anyhow, cars coming out for heat race number 2. And another one of these Indy race parts. Sim Team drivers, the number 3 car of Carl Hoffman's will start position 3. The 15 car coming out, that is Brad Pascoe. Looks like he wants to start pole position. Also got on the racetrack Bryce Wacker in the 5 car. The Sim Drive number 97 car, the New Zealand 1 at 97 on the tail tank of Ben Morrison. We've also got the 42 of Brett Gerards. Looking at some of the other drivers as well. Harry Stewart coming out onto the racetrack. Brad Pascoe. I think Noah Page is somewhere here as well, I believe. So, what do you think of the racetrack at the moment, Tacken?
Yeah, it's we've seen there. It's got 2 grooves. Guys that run on the top, they take quite a few laps to get into it. So, it's it looks like a fun racetrack, to be fair.
Totally different to what we've seen last night. Did we start at the same track stay? Can you check that for me? If we did start at the same track stay?
Mate, yeah.
Okay, so
We started at 0% and carried over.
Right, so it all comes back down onto the drivers and tearing up that racetrack in that 10-minute warm-up session to give the guys, give yourself a better chance at making some passes in the heat race and trying to pick up those valuable points. So heat race number 1 is complete. Caleb Beecroft getting the job done. I feel like I'm staring at the same 7 cars on the racetrack, but wait for race control to get the finishing order locked down, and then heat race number 2, half the cars already making their way onto the racetrack. Right now, if you're looking at a track right now, Alan, you've just had a look at heat race number 1. We've seen Griffin Gardner work on the top side of the racetrack. What would be the game plan going into the next heat race, knowing that that the top side might be there?
I'd be. I run 2 different gears for the tacky and for when it opens up. So I'd probably be looking to put that taller gear in, or that lower gear, sorry, so that I can really wind it up. But
I heard. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off here. I heard that because you run 2 different gears, I heard that if you get stuck in 3rd gear, you can you can use that as an excuse on why you didn't go fast.
Yeah, you get stuck in 3rd, you can use that as an excuse and get another go, apparently.
Wow, I should have done that from the start. I should have thought of that one. All right, now in reference to that story, if people don't know, Harry Edwards, the guy at Hazard Media and one of the admins at New Zealand Sim Racing, had a go in, what was it, a TQ midget?
Yeah.
It was a TQ midget. Had his first dirt run or dirt practice. He's never been in a car. Let's just safe to say that he didn't have some watermelons in between his legs. He had a couple of grapes. That's how big the grapes were. And he was stuck in 3rd gear. That's the excuse that was being told, that on why he couldn't go any faster.
Dehydrated down to sultanas, though. Let's be fair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was getting very hot in that fire suit. Yes, I would agree. I would agree. I love giving people crap that, and at the moment I know they can't talk back unless they're in the stream, and even then I'm going to get the last word in. You'd know all about that. You've been on the receiving end of many things in your life, but a cheeky comment from myself.
Nah, nothing I can't handle, mate.
Oh, I know your boyfriend wasn't complaining either about that as we get set for heat race number 2. Night number 2 of the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title. Live from the Limaland Motorsports Park, Brett Wheeler alongside Alan Tacken in commentary for tonight. Night number 3 tomorrow night, the last chance qualifying night. Of course, that will not be covered. So if someone's doing a personal stream, feel free to go and watch that. But Thursday night, we're going to be covering the final night. Carl Hoffman's, who's on the outside of the second row. They just absolutely nailed the guy in the number 12 car. It might have been actually Noah Page or Brett Gerard's in the 42 up on the outside. But Carl Hoffman's going to lead down into turn number 3 and 4. Noah Page in the 12 sits in second. Then we go back to Lewis Clark, that is in the 111 car. And then just in front of him, there is the 97 of Ben Morrison making his way forward. But the battle is on for the race lead. Noah Page gets a run, but Carl Hoffman's around the outside. Harry Stewart, not surprised. He's been hit from every which way possible.
Yeah, I don't know what Harry was thinking there. He normally doesn't hit cars, he hits walls.
Yeah.
So, but the 1NZ car of Ben Morrison moving forward here all over the back of, not too sure, I might Noah Page to turn to find that one though. So, oh, it is Noah Page. Sorry, guys.
It was only a matter of time, and it took 2.5 laps. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lewis and Clark, as Jordan Mitchell would refer to, the 111 car sits in 4th. Ben Morrison takes away second from Page, but here comes Clark down to the inside into turn number 1 and 2. And I'm not sure who that 66 or 68 car is. That's Liam Weston making the moves in the, well, again, another green and black car. Stop copying me. Get your own paint schemes.
Oh, mate, you cop a lot of airtime just because of your streams, so that's why they all want to be like you. But Lewis Clark here applying some pressure to the back of Hoffman. Unfortunately, gets into the back of Hoffman and drops back a position. This is what we were talking about last night. Is where do you settle when do you call enough is enough? But Lewis is just quite happy to send it here and try and go for the win.
Yeah, Ben Morrison on the outside in the black and blue number 97 car. Lewis Clark in the black and white 111 car sits in second. Carl Hoffman's your race leader. On the exit of 4, Clark comes up. Here comes Morrison. Big slider into turn number 1. Clark turns it underneath him. Here comes Liam Weston in the 68 as well. He's just casually watching this battle on screen as Clark puts a slider on Morrison again. Carl Hoffman, he continues to lead. And here comes Morrison back throwing one at Lewis Clark.
Yeah, Hoffman would be loving this, watching these battle in the mirror because
I don't run a mirror.
Yeah, Lewis Clark was all over the back of Hoffman until he got into the back of him. So, yeah, as I said, Carl will be happy seeing all this going on behind him. But Lewis has come under pressure from the 68 there with a big slide job on the final corner. Not too sure who got that one.
I'm going to say Liam Weston got third in that exchange. I'll call that right now, but we will wait for race control to confirm that one. What we can tell you, our race winner in that Indy Race Parts number 3 car, that is Carl Hoffman's. He gets the job done. Second is going to go to Ben Morrison. I am calling Liam Weston in the 68 to finish in third. Lewis Clark in 4th. 5th is going to be the 14 car of Alex Myers. Then we go back to the 42 of Brett Gerard. Then the 12 of Noah Page. Harry Stewart. Hey, have a look at this. I'm going to take a photo of this. Harry Stewart actually finished the race.
On all fours?
On all fours. Well, he's on all fours now. Brad Pascoe there bringing up the tail end of the field. We'll keep an eye on what happens in the decision and the discussion from race control for 3rd and 4th. Of course, Jordan has to make that call. But, yes, look at that. The 42, the Indy Race Parts on all fours. And, well, so be it, where he's used to finishing down near the back of the field.
He normally finishes on pit road, so this will be new to him.
It's almost like we need to have an interview with him because, like, let's be honest, there's not many races where he actually finishes.
Yeah, no, he's been dying for an interview too, to be honest. So
Yeah, well, look, I'm not going to lie. He's not getting one.
He's off pole. He's scheduled to start off pole in the next one, so that'll be interesting to see.
Are we betting that he crashes?
Oh, I think from pole he can get the job done.
I don't think he can.
I'm calling it now.
So you're calling Harry Stewart to win Heat 3?
Yes, I'll go with Harry Stewart to win Heat 3.
Actually, we should go Heat 7 because it's technically Heat 7 of the night. It's Heat 3 in the server. Are you happy to go with Heat 7? Yeah, or just this next heat race?
Okay. Well, if we're going to go like that, wouldn't it be like Heat
15?
Yeah.
Well,
exactly right.
Well, no, because it's a new night. It's a new night, so...
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Tomato. Potato.
ZZ.
HH. Nissan. Mazda. Oh god, I love poking fun at Americans. It's just, it's good times. Good times. All right,
that's it.
Look, what's a broadcast if you ain't gonna have a good time? If you can't have a good time, why bother? That's the way I see it.
That's it.
Harry Stewart out of P1, out of P3, Liam Weston out of P5, Alex Myers out of P7, Mark Williamson, Lewis Clark, and Noah Page. And then we've got on the outside Aaron Kelly. Yeah, Stewart ain't winning this. Kelly outside front row.
You think team orders will come in?
Yeah, and I think Kelly might have team orders over that one.
And more talent?
A lot more talent. I reckon he's got more talent in his braking toe than what Harry would in his whole entire body.
I don't think Aaron has a braking toe. He might have a broken toe though.
Hashtag don't lift.
Yeah, he I've seen him in the wall a couple of times in his sprint car. So I don't know if he knows what a brake is just yet.
You know why? Because he can't think of his own colours. Black and green car. See? Stay away from my colours. You won't. See, it's just coming back to this black and green car. I must see no black and green cars in this heat race. Or am I mistaken? No, I can't see any. I'm actually... You know how, like, when you're trying to look at something, you try and, like, bob your head and see if you can get a bit of a height advantage? I just did that to a computer screen.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, try... Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Well done.
Who's coming out on track? Liam Weston. He might be a sleeper in this field, like in this heat race, just quietly. It was quick in his first heat.
Yeah, did you just drop the F-bomb?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Definitely
Roy E. Schmidt Jr. Any relation to Trey Senior Schmidt?
Hashtag Holy Schmidt.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll see him. He's already had his 2 heat races, hasn't he? We're not going to see him for the rest of the night. He gets up for 45 minutes and who knows what he's doing. He might even go back to bed. Here we go. Heat number 7/15, depending on what you want to call it. We are green flag next time by. I just wanted to make sure you guys were awake to the situation that we're about to start.
You guys were ready?
Yeah. Are you ready?
Dun, 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 dun. Let's get down and dirty for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 laps.
Why did you just go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Why couldn't you just say 12? It was a simple, let's get down and dirty for 12.
No, it's down and dirty for 30. But anyway, let's get back to the race. And Harry Stewart leading Aaron Kelly here, like I thought. But I wonder if team orders will come into play. I think what's happened on Discord now is Aaron said, "I'm going low, Harry. You better stay out of my way."
Well, it's only a matter of time. What lap will Harry Stewart hit the wall? We will find out. 2 laps in the books and Aaron Kelly leads. And here comes Weston to the outside, but a slide job from Stewart on Kelly. Kelly turns it back underneath him. They drag race down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4. Weston all over the back of Stewart again in 3 and 4. But Kelly leads lap number 3 right now. And Stewart not going away just yet. And he's putting his own sliders in 1 and 2. And Kelly not going to throw it this time just yet. So he might wait for 1 and 2 to throw that slider in.
Yeah, it looks like Harry's getting really good drive off out of 2 there, which is hampering Kelly coming back underneath him. So I think Aaron might just try and use a bit of experience here, build up a little bit of momentum, and then throw it on to Harry. But it actually looks like Harry's pulling away here, and Weston's all over the back of Kelly. So this will be interesting to see how this one plays out.
Yeah, Stewart with a 13.168 on the previous lap. Kelly with a 13.202. That time by Stewart 13.165. Kelly with a 13.148. So again, both guys going backwards and forwards when it comes to faster lap times on the lap. And I must say, Harry Stewart, you might be right here. He does look fairly strong out in front.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's holding his own, but I think the little mouse on his, he keeps on blinking in and out.
Now we'll see if it shouldn't play to affect on Kelly too much, but you start to see Kelly starting to reel in that number 29 card. I think what number he was to send. You can't really see it on the tail tank or the front of that race car. Who decides to go with grey and purple? Get some new colours, would you? Or get a better colour number.
It's an interesting one. Just watching Jared Steen. He hasn't moved to the front like I thought he would have. Looks to be struggling a little bit. I'm just going to go on board with him and see if I can hear anything. Whether or not the car's sort of revving out as he's going in. So you can get caught out on this track. With, as I was talking earlier, I run the two different gears for whether the track's down the bottom or up the top, and sometimes you can get caught out.
Well, checkered flag is out. Harry Stewart gets the win. Unbelievable. He's actually finished.
You're welcome.
He has finished 2 races in a row. This is going to be a world record for Harry. I've never seen him finish 2 races in my life, and I've been in about 4,200 races with him.
Yeah, do you want to get him in here for a quick chat?
Nah.
Nah?
Nah.
Okay.
No one else has had the chance.
Fair enough.
Alright, let's go through the rundown. Harry Stewart gets the win from Aaron Kelly. Then we go back to Liam Weston in the 68 in 3rd. 4th is Lewis Clark. Murray Howe 5th. Jared Steen 6th. Alex Myers 7th. Caleb Beecroft 8th. Then we go back to Mark Williamson and Noah Page. So Page just giving Williamson a bit of a, hey, I'm here, mate. It's, yeah, well, Harry Stewart, Indy Race Parts, and I think the team orders was let's just finish 1-2.
Yeah, exactly right. I think Aaron was like, I've bagged enough points in that first heat, so we'll let Harry try and bag them out in this one.
Of course, it's trying to not only get yourself in the show, but if you can help your teammates get in the show as well, hey, why not? Let's go for it. We are just awaiting our final heat race of the night. And we are, again, we're looking at about, what were we live last night for? An hour and 40-something minute?
Yeah, something like that. I think it was an hour and 46 or something, so, yeah.
Well, we're on track to beat it by about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, just depending on how long my outro goes for.
Yeah, okay, so we're not going to beat it.
Well, I mean, it isn't the David Sanford interview.
Looks like we've got on the Facebook chat there, Brett, looks like we've got a little fangirl for Harry Brandon Thomas.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her, no. I know Dylan Thomas. He raced last night.
Yeah, no, still never heard of her. I'm actually starting to get a headache. I wish these boys would hurry up now. Yes, old Ducky. Harry wins, end stream. Not quite. Only I can end a stream on a win. Many wins in street stocks today. How'd you go today in those 2 races?
Who, me?
Yeah, you in those week 13 street stock races at Charlotte. How'd you go?
I don't think I raced.
Didn't? Oh.
No, I turned some laps and got turned by other people, but that was about it.
Oh, okay. I was mistaken. I was going to say, I could have swore I seen your name in the race when we were racing, when I was coming around, putting laps on you.
No, I don't remember that at all.
No, you know what? I know what it was. I figured it out why you were a little slow. You were stuck in 3rd gear. Well, Fun and games are about to be over. Heat race number 8 on the night, or heat 16 over the 2 nights here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. The Dirt Leagues Australia Australian Midget title. Say that one 10 times fast and I bet you get a bit tongue twisted. Here we go, Griffin Gardner. Well, let's see. He probably won't lift considering he's got a front row start. If he can clear out, there's every chance that the number 4 car may just go to victory lane. Brett Gerard, who's been out of the seat for a while on the dirt side of things, haven't seen him for quite some time. Well, he sits in there in second spot. Now, he comes up in front of the 15 car. That is Brad Pascoe, who's absolutely railing the top side, was on the cushion. Now, here comes Ben Morrison as well. Ben Morrison goes for the slider, not going to clear Gerard, and Ben Morrison has to settle for third for the moment.
Yeah, Ben had to lift out of that one, otherwise he would take the two to dinner, I would say. But yeah, Ben riding that cushion quite nicely there. The 42 feeding him a wheel.
Oh, he's definitely riding it all right. He's riding it upside down on the front straightaway, and we've got that on camera as well, so no need to look at your wicked cushion. Instant replay. We'll keep an eye on Harley Smee as well in the Shell Helix number 13 car. A little tight through turn number 3 and 4, but he sits in about fifth spot, I reckon.
Yeah, I think that's he's sitting in 5th there. He'd be after the first heat race. I think he finished 4th. A good showing here will should lock him into the big dance on Thursday night.
And it's all about finishing as high up as you can. Passing points has been scrapped, and it's now on finishing position. So we'll take the top 40 from the top 40 into the final night. I really should learn the format, but with that many changes between schedule changes, mostly on my part, I'll take responsibility for that one. But schedule changes and stuff like that, and format changes, it's sometimes hard to keep up with.
Yeah, it's not that easy to keep up with some of these things. We just had a visitor in the booth there. Was it Third Gear Harry?
No, it wasn't actually. It was actually Skanoodle. Now, he's not a racing man, so we'll give him his 3 minutes of fame. But we'll continue on with this one. I have no idea what kind of conversation we had because, well, when you have an unannounced guest just turn up, it kind of throws you off a bit.
Yeah, and let's be honest, we're not really dressed for the occasion in the booth either, are we?
Oh, you don't want to... Yeah, look, I'm wearing shorts, shirt, socks, and a dressing gown. That ain't nothing. I'm definitely not dressed for the occasion.
Mate, Queensland weather, where you're lucky that pants on.
Oh, here goes Carl Hoffman now on the inside of Brett Gerard into turn number 1 and 2. Gets a little sideways. Gerard tries to cross underneath, and the right front of Gerard's caught the left rear of Hoffman's, and Hoffman's now going to settle in there in second spot, and I think that is going to be all she wrote. Griffin Gardner, well, he is going to come away victorious in the number 4 car. Turning lap times in the low 13-second bracket, 13.2s, 13.3s around there, and well, he gets the job done. And after that, after his opening heat race, he really had to make that front row start count.
Yeah, he's well, that should see him locked in the big dance. I'd say. I don't know where he ended up finishing after what happened, but I had a look last night. So the 6 of the 8 heat races that we had, and the winners from the 6 from the 8 heat races actually went on into the big dance. So those points will be valuable for Griffin moving forward.
Well, keep an eye on the Dirt Leagues Australia Facebook page for all the points updates from night number 2 of the Dirt Leagues Australia Australian Midget / Speedcar title from Limaland. Night number 1 completed last night. Night number 2 just completed now. Alan, thank you again for joining me in the booth for the second night of the title. Good chat. I was waiting for you to come in there, but I will say this: have fun at Origin and good luck on Thursday night, brother.
I just wanted to see how you go. No, thanks, Fred. It's been good.
Well, if it's anything that I drive racing on here, I'm always going to go to the front, so I'm always going to win. So I'll always get the final laugh.
Rightio.
A bit of fun and games to end the stream. Where would what's a stream? As I said, what's a stream without a bit of fun? Again, have fun tomorrow night at Origin. Go Queensland. Have fun on Thursday night. Let's hopefully you can put it on the front row. And let's see if you can maybe get that A1. All right, we'll go for a second GC. Good GC on that one. Your mic's turned off now. Mic's turned off. We are going to shut the stream off. Of course, don't forget to check out our website, www.ultimatedirttv.com. Click on the sponsors tab. Support the people that support us here. May have some new sponsors lined up for next season, but with this season coming to an end, we are going to be in contact with some people about some more sponsorships. So if you want to get your name, logo on all the broadcasts that we do here on Ultimate Dirt TV, we cover, I'm going to say, anywhere between 10 to 15 every 2 weeks. So you're looking at roughly around 25 to 25 broadcasts, I reckon we do in a month. So if you want to get your name, logo, and company out there, just message the Ultimate Dirt TV page. Of course, mate, if you're on our website, you can also check our previous race videos that we've done as well, or you can watch the videos on Facebook. For the people on YouTube, thank you very much for your time on YouTube. For the people on Twitch, thank you very much. Again, Ducky, thank you for the follow. Thank you for all the chats and the comments as well. Our Facebook viewers as well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. As always, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Sydney time, we'll be live for the Team VLR Dirt Street Stock Series. As I said, I think they head to Knoxville. Round number 3 tomorrow will be live on our Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, along with the TeamVLR.com Facebook page as well. Big thanks to our sponsors, Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the entire management behind the scenes, on behalf of your commentary team, Alan Tacken, and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell and good night from the Limaland Motorsports Park. The next time you'll see the Midget drivers will be on Thursday night for the final night. Who will take out the A1? We will find out then. Good night.